Anime fans, One Piece fans, what's good? The answer to that question, of course, is One Piece. One Piece is what's good. Yes, it is true. One Piece chapter 1044 was so legendary. Even I, who has been gone for 6 months, had to come back and talk about it. What's poppin', what's poppin'? It's been a while. I've had a lot of things going in my life. I kind of had to give up my YouTube channel, but One Piece chapter 1044 was so insane, I had to come back and make the time to make another video. I can't promise any consistent uploads from here on out, but I can at least promise you this one, because there's a lot to dissect here. So in 1044, we found out that Luffy never had the Gomu Gomu no Mi. He actually had the human fruit model Nika, a mythical Zoan devil fruit, and that is insane, and that changes a lot of things. We've seen him climb on a different tier since then. When he awakened his mythical Zoan devil fruit, he has labeled that Gear 5. Gear 5 is here now, and he was going toe-to-toe with Kaido in a way we haven't seen him go toe-to-toe with Kaido up until this point. Even though he was doing really solid before this, now he's really on that Yonko tier. He is insane. And that's what's really going to be the focus of today's video. Luffy's devil fruit, the Nika fruit, the human fruit. How strong is it actually? I think a lot of people have misconceptions about the fruit right now. They hear the words mythical Zoan and get all up in a bunch because they're like, that takes away everything from One Piece. The whole thing about One Piece was Luffy had a weak fruit and he made it strong. Now we know it's a mythical Zoan. That takes away from everything he's ever done. And his mythical Zoan, the Gorosei said it's the most ridiculous power in the world. That means that Luffy just already had the most hacks powerful Zoan, potentially the most powerful devil fruit from the get-go. I completely disagree. I think that is 100% false. And I think people are missing the point of the Nika fruit, what it represents, and why Luffy is the one that had to have it. Let's start from ground zero. The Nika fruit represents the sun god Nika, a god of freedom who brings laughter and happiness to those who are around him. Liberty, freedom, imagination, creativity, just everything limitless and boundless. That is the whole point of Nika. And that is very much represented in rubber, because the rubber stretches as far as the eye can see and it can contort into all sorts of shapes. You have the freedom to do whatever you want with it. The Nika fruit is only bound by the user's creativity, and that is very important to why the Nika fruit actually isn't that strong unless the user has the capacity to wield it. Let's back it up to the East Blue for a second. When Luffy first ate the fruit, he tried to throw a punch with it and it just fell flat and did 0 damage, minimal damage at most, because he wasn't using his imagination at that point and he hadn't been developing his fruit. That just goes to show the Nika fruit isn't for everyone. The Nika fruit can only be unlocked by someone with incredible creativity and imagination, such as Luffy. The Nika fruit, its strength is entirely contingent on its user. The thought of anyone awakening the fruit as Luffy has is such a foreign and absurd thought, the Gorosei weren't even concerned about it. That's probably why they waited this long to try and take Luffy out, because they didn't think he was capable of doing it. Awakening and using the Nika fruit's potential is so ridiculously hard, because when you eat it, you think it's a rubber fruit, and most people would let that chain them down. But Luffy was like, no, I'm gonna do whatever I can with this, and I'm going to make it as useful as I can. I'm going to do whatever I think of it in my mind, and I'm going to make it work, which is why the fruit expanded its abilities for him. Not everyone can do that. The Nika fruit isn't like the dragon fruit, where you eat the dragon fruit like Kaido, and you got the powers of a dragon. You control the weather. You have the iron hard scales. It's not like Marga's fruit, where you eat the fruit. You have insane healing abilities. You have those phoenix flames. With Luffy's fruit, you have nothing. Zilch. 0. You could die from a simple sword wound unless you use your imagination and believe that you have the freedom and creativity to get stronger with this fruit, which most people would not be able to do, because that's not what they're thinking of the fruit like. Luffy's personality is unique. His sense of carefreeness is something that you won't see in basically anyone else. and that is why the fruit has opened up itself to him and why he is as strong as he is. No one else currently alive on the One Piece planet, in my opinion, would be able to awaken the fruit like he just did against Kaido. Or even think of anything like Gear 4th, Gear 2nd, and Gear 3rd at most, but I doubt most people would even have thought of that. Luffy is not strong because of the Nika fruit. The Nika fruit is strong because of Luffy. The Nika fruit gives the most, but it also requires the most. And that is why it is not necessarily the strongest fruit in the world. It's ridiculous because you can do all these wacky things with it, but it's not the strongest. That's completely contingent on whose hands it is in, at what time, and at what place. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Nika Nika no Mi. That was a crazy chapter. I'm really shocked. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a bit sick, which is why I had time to crank out this video, but I hope I wasn't rambling too much. I hope I got my point across. Yeah, well, thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content or this video, just like the video or subscribe if you would like. I'll try to post occasionally, but I've said that the last like 3 videos, so I'm not sure if it will happen. But if it does, I will see you guys on the flip side.